This video I'll be breaking down the dollar index, gold, US30, and I'll be showing you a few of my prop firm accounts and results because I did take a trade this week. If you're new here, please make sure to click the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications because I post content like this every single Sunday. Now guys, this week wasn't the best of the best. A lot of the accounts I got back to break even. I will show you, but I did take a couple of trades and I have a few missed trades as well, right? So the markets aren't giving as much opportunity as we want, but there's definitely something to take as much as it is. So let's watch the video till the end because it's genuinely jam-packed. Alright, so this is the dollar index on the weekly time frame. We'll start over here because it makes it easier for us to predict what the markets are gonna do throughout the rest of the week, right? So now, looking at the dollar index, guys, we have FOMC. So Powell cut the rate by a 0.25% basis, right? So that's what we weren't anticipating. That we're anticipating like a 50-point basis a reduction, right? So I'm anticipating that this guy is probably gonna cut them throughout the year, or rather keep it the same, right? Because he also understands the labor market needs those rate cuts, right? So in terms of the dollar, right, simple clean cut finish from bottom to top, right, 73%. So the dollar did come over here again and rejected once more, right? Hence why I still believe that the dollar is still going to climb, at least short term, right? So let me show you. We did get push to the downside. We respected this zone over here. So my anticipation is we're probably going to climb up relatively to this fair value gap that we have over there, right? Even if I pull the fib from bottom to top, we can get a reaction somewhere around there, right? So I am anticipating that the dollar will probably continue climbing to the top over here. And then once we're here, we'll get to see what the movement is, right? So if we are predicting that the dollar is going to be going up, what does that say about like your initial currency pairs? So your Euro USDs, your GBP USDs, we can see them potentially selling off short term, right? We can potentially see gold pulling back, right, for the short term before we start to get a rally to the top. So that's another one. But it's looking good for the dollar, guys. So for my guys who haven't been getting any trades, it's very crucial for you guys to remain patient, right? And then throughout the week, there's really no fundamentals for the approaching week, right? We have NFP though. NFP is going to be very big. I really hope that the dollar is here relatively closer to NFP time, and then we can get a downward reaction like relatively there, right? So we will see, but at the end of the day, we are at 73%, guys. So even if that, we can even find the dollar like continuing to climb all the way to the top, like relatively all the way to the top here. We'll go to the daily. We are at the daily. Like we'll go to the weekly, right? So I can show you, like, that's a possibility of us climbing all the way to the top over here and actually testing this fair value gap. Because if you think about it, this is still the intermediate high, intermediate low, and price could come back and fill out this zone over there, right? So for me, it's still bullish for the dollar because of the rejection and the market structure, but we will see how the week goes on. Let's jump over to gold. All right, so this is the gold on the daily time frame, right? As you can see, price pushed all the way to the top over here, right? And then we even got a reaction off of this point, right? So with me, I kind of did anticipate that we'll probably get a continuation to the upside with gold, right? We'll go to the 4-hour time frame. So this week in general, like I would say there were 3 setups that could be taken. There was a gold one, right? This was an SL, right? And then a gold, a 1% gain, and then a US30 missed trade, which I will show you because we are breaking down US30 after here, right? So as you can see, gold pushed to the top relatively to this point over here, right? So for me, this was the entry, right? We'll even come over here, indice, and then use the indice fib 2, right? The new gold one. So for the guys who are asking about like the coordinates, right? I'm gonna do it with you right here and then, right? You come over here, you remove the 61, right? It becomes a 68. And then you come in over here, you highlight the 78, the 75, sorry, and then you make it an 84, right? So basically, this is the new gold base. This is the new gold Fibonacci, right? So as you can see, what happened with gold was, this was the low that we highlighted, right? So price pushed all the way to the top. And then during FOMC, price did tap the zone and then push to the top, right? But I never got tapped in over here, right? So what I did is, as soon as price started playing around those points, I just re-entered basically over here, right? My stop loss was down here, right? And then what did price do? Price came and took me out, right? I was like, okay, cool. Price took me out, and then like I zoomed out a bit, right? So I was like, okay, cool. What am I doing wrong, right? Then I'm like, okay, cool. Let me highlight this intermediate low over here because I highlighted this low, right? This low over here, the wrong low, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, let me highlight it from bottom all the way to top like this, now using this as a new high, right? As you can see, this is the zone that we got. Price did get to the zone and then wicked. Remember, I got taken out because of this week. And then I saw that, okay, cool, we're basically reacting off of the zone. And we didn't close below 73, right? One thing I'm noticing about the fib, if we don't close below the 73, there's a high possibility we're gonna what? Push up. So what did I do? I'm like, okay, cool, that's perfectly fine. I'll enter off of here, right? Bingo bango. Stop loss relatively over here, right? But I think my stop loss is even lower than this. I think I put it at 618, right? Just to give it some room and then take profits all the way to the top over there, because I'm still anticipating some playing around from gold, right? So eventually we got to push to the top. I think for clean 1:7, right? RR trade. Right, so I did risk 0.5% on different accounts. Like I'll show you when I'm breaking down the prop for my accounts, right? Like certain accounts are in profit and certain accounts it's break even, because trade management was very different from all of them, right? Some of them we didn't get taken out from the initial sell because the stop loss is different, which I will show you guys, right? So once gold ended the Friday off of here, right, I closed, right? So I basically closed for like a 1.7 RR trade, right? So I closed this trade, right, mainly because of two reasons, right? Because I'm seeing that the dollar could potentially still climb to the top, right? And if the dollar does potentially climb to the top, we can get a pullback. And also, right, if we do get that, right, check the 1 hour time frame. If we do get that, we eventually can get a re-entry over here, right? So as you can see, price did push to the top, resulting in this high over here. My anticipation is that I'll pull the low, right? I was very tempted to pull it from this low, but since I got taken out from the previous setup because I used the wrong low, I understand that this is the lows that we're supposed to be looking at, right? Relatively, we can pull it all the way to the top over there. And then when we go to the 30-minute time frame, what we can see is that, okay, cool, price could potentially come back over here, right? If gold keeps on pushing to the top, pushing to the top, pushing to the top, maybe it ends off relatively there, we can find a decent entry, right? So with me, it's just a matter of patience, because I can see this is basically like a liquidity grab, basically. So a low that would make sense to pull it from is this one over here, right? And as you can see, it hugs it really nicely, even though you pull it down like this. Like you can see, it's a snapper entry, right? Relatively over here, right? Previous entry would have been over here if we were using like the old gold fib place, right? So I'll just highlight the zone and then go 618, because that was the previous one, right? So this is where we were going to enter previously, right? So now it's a bit more refined because the stop loss is also a bit bigger now, right? So this is the zone we're going to put our stop loss in, right? I'll even just do this to remove the previous one. Right, yeah, bingo bango. So this is where we're gonna enter. I'm anticipating, right? This is gonna be our stop loss over here, right? And this is going to be our take profit over there, right? So the main reason I closed is because I actually am anticipating that it's gonna pull back, and I could hold the buys, right? But a lot of the accounts I'm in drawdown, guys, which you guys do know. Like, especially with the funded accounts, like a few of the accounts are in drawdown. So with this one, I was like, at least let me secure like a percent. Then I know if price comes back, I'll risk that percent that I made off of this trade over here to potentially make a 1:4. So as you can see, guys, this is decent. This is a nice RR trade. And I think with most of the accounts, like I'm down relatively like 3%. 2%. Some of the accounts are a bit higher. So at least with this one, it's a 1:2.7, right? In and out, right? I'll at least come back at least above break even, and then we'll wait for another re-entry or potential trade, right? But depending on also where the dollar's gonna go, guys, like that's the main reason why I love this new fib, because this is the 84th percentile. If gold gets to the 84th percentile, right, rather it just takes me out and I understand that, okay, cool, this guy was gonna continue going downside, right? So with the previous setup, I just put it at the wrong low, right? I just put it at the wrong place, so I eventually did get taken out. So with this one, it's just a matter of a patience game. Gold is very volatile, guys, especially now, especially after fundamentals, right? So we'll see how it does move, but this is basically the re-entry. It's just have to monitor it. If gold keeps on pushing higher and higher, which is okay. Like if it gets to like 3,700, which is okay, guys, at least now you know that the risk reward ratio automatically goes back to the same. We come in over here, right? Check this out. It's the same, damn near the same trade, right? But it's gonna look a little bit much better. As you can see, this is a nice 1:4.2, right? So that's another thing I am anticipating for gold. It's just a matter of patience, guys. Like it's just patience, especially now, as we're ending off the year with this type of volatility and Trump and everything happening. I just want to make sure that I'm at least at break even before end of year, and then I'll know I can get proper setups in the beginning of the year, right? Let's jump over to US30. All right. So this is US30 on the 4-hour time frame. So now with this guy, it was a clean cut setup, right? Beautiful stuff, right? I was going to enter via the gold. I wanted to enter via the gold Fibonacci retracement, right? But like also I'm noticing that price didn't respect the zone. Check the NDC. That was where we're supposed to be jumping in, right? So this is why I say this was a missed entry. A lot of the guys caught this one actually in the group, right? In the signals group. If you guys are interested, guys, there's a link down below to my mentorship link. It's basically my number. You get there and then you'll be directly access to me, and then we can talk about the mentorship, what it actually comes with, what you actually gain. Let me know if you guys want me to go through the mentorship groups as well. See what you can actually get in advance, right? So yes, this was supposed to be the entry. Basically, this was a missed entry, guys, because I was anticipating a continuation to the top, especially with US30, because we are at an all-time high. So I was like, FMOC, we're probably gonna get a continuation to the upside, as you can see over here. So price did come to the top, hit TP before it even came back down here, and that's what we got for US30. This one sucks because it was a pair that I was genuinely waiting for, right? I just wanted to enter a bit lower, right, because I was anticipating the FOMC would be stronger than anticipated, right? So now that's what we do. That's what the trades that we did get for this week. Let's jump over to the Profom side. I'll even give a psychology tip to what I am thinking and what I am doing, and you see the accounts and where they are right now. All right. So this is the accounts that I still do have. Nothing has been validated yet. We got phase 2 50K. Right, this is the most life-changing one. This one I'm down 3.96%. We can basically say 4% down from being 5% down, right? Let me just show you the trading overview, right? Analytics, as you can see, right? So 50K from the top, we dropped all the way to the downside, and then there was those 2 weeks where I didn't take any trade. Then I eventually took a gold trade, which came to SL. And then I took the re-entry, as you guys could see, which just put me back like above basically where we were, right? So basically like a percent higher, right? So the goal now is obviously to climb back up to the top with 4%. That's 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. So with this trade, the continuation setup on gold could basically put me back at BE, right? After that, one more setup basically I passed the account. So I just need, the next 3 trades are going to be very crucial, right? Especially for me right now. Like I'm just gonna make sure that I take them as they come to me, and I'm being patient, guys. Like relatively right now, there's no reason for me to like be very aggressive with the trades that I'm taking, because I'm at phase 2. Like you have to also understand in trading, there's times to be aggressive and there's times not to be aggressive. Even with the gold trade that I wanted to take, right? This one that pushed me, I could have risked 2%, but I could see that I'm already down so much. Why would I want to put myself down? Like at least let me get back up to break even and then start. But for with phase 2, guys, realistically speaking, I'm just gonna stay in the pocket. It's just 3% down, right? At least I'm climbing back up as slow as I possibly can, using my risk management very good, because it is a 50K account, guys. Especially if I pass this one already, you can see like $2,000 is 4%, guys, and usually those are the trades that we usually take with gold, right? So that's beautiful stuff, guys. That's what we do have on the 50. So 50K, we can just say we're up 1%, right? And then with P2 10K, right? P2 10K was still up like 3.2%, right? If you can check the trading overview and then we go to analytics, right? Check this out, 10K, right? We even went up. This is phase 1, remember. Phase 1, I was literally left with like a percent, 0.5% to pass. Obviously, we dropped to the downside. I took a break for those 2 weeks. We eventually pushed up, we pushed down, and then we made just a little bit up. So I could say it's not devious, because here we were at 307 and now we're ending off the week at 322. So really not much of a big difference. I think like maybe $12, unfortunately, right? It's just the market conditions, guys. It was that L that I took on the first trade, right? But I'm glad that I'm risking like 1% per setup, right? But this is where we are on the 10K, 3% up, which is not too bad, guys. You know, just being patient, right? So now with any account that I'm gonna buy moving forward, guys, like I said, I don't think I'll buy any account below 50K anymore. Like if I do pass these accounts, I'll try and do my best to get payouts so I can just buy more 50Ks and then eventually scale to 100 to 200. But 50K accounts, guys, they're genuinely life-changing. You know, you can really do so much with this account, right? Coming over to the 25k, this one is a hectic one, right? We are down 3%. Basically, this one is basically back to break even as well, right? There's really nothing much that I could do with this one. As you can see, price, I've had this one for a long time. Actually, I had this one since June, phase 2. We dropped all the way to the top. We increased, excuse me, and then we find ourselves dropping all the way to the downside, relatively playing around this zone over here. There was times where I'm patient. As you can see, guys, like whenever there's nothing, I wait. And then we eventually got to the top over here. At this point over here, we fell all the way to the downside. We eventually climbed back to the top, and then we dropped again. And then it's just a matter of patience now. We went up, we dropped, and then we came back down to break even, right? So this one sucks because it's testing my patience, but I'm still, yeah, once again, guys, like 5,000, 25k, I think I need to make 26k to pass this account, right? So we're not too far off. It's just a matter of patience, taking the trades as they come to us, guys. So right now there's not a lot of opportunities because a lot of the pairs that I trade are at their all-time high. Like gold's at its all-time high, US30 is at its all-time high. Currencies are not even moving the way I want them to move, and they're very slow. So it's just making sure that I wait for the setup to ding. So the moment gold starts pulling back, guys, trust me, we are on, right? So that's what I do have for the what is this, the 25k, right? Yeah, and then the 5k, guys. I'm doing this, right, as much as this could be like boring or something like that. I'm doing this just to show you like the realistic side of trading, right? And also the journey, right? Because I'm also gonna go back and watch these videos as time goes on to see where I started, to see where I'm going. Like if last year you would have told me that I would be in phase 2, like basically damn near 1 million rand, close to like passing a lot of these prop firms, like it's different in my currency, guys, because I'm from South Africa. If I pass the 50k, that's already 900k, right? If I pass the 25k, that's already 450k. That's 1.5 million rand worth of funding, guys. Like that's basically life changing, especially for a trader like me, because a lot of these challenges are teaching me so much about risk management, right? So let's go over to the last account, the 10k, guys. Also understand, guys, some of these accounts, obviously I'm gonna lose them as time goes on, but I'm just realizing, like, if I maintain risk management, guys, there's no way I can lose these accounts, right? As you can see. So with this 5k account, I've had it also for a long time. I think if I were to pass this one, I'd shed it here genuinely. So this one pushed all the way to the top. We dropped all the way to the downside at a room of time of patience, pushed to the top, waited a bit, we got relatively back on top, we dropped, and then we pushed to the top again, and then it's been a patient 2 weeks, and then we went up, and then we're basically back at BE again, right? So it sucks that we didn't move too much this week, but as I can say, guys, it's like most of the pairs I trade are at their all-time high, so I'm not really trying to do anything, hence why I closed the gold trade a bit early, right? So we'll see how price does move forward throughout the upcoming weeks, guys. I'm also not gonna really try and force anything because I understand once I can get 1 or 2, 3 good trades in a row, guys, like I can eventually pass all these accounts and eventually even get a payout and then start scaling, right? Max allocation is the definite goal for now, right? The short-term goal, 300k worth of funding, right? Max allocate funded next, and then I'll start moving over to other prop firms. If you're watching this till the end, like comment down what other prop firms you're suggesting I could branch over to. I'm thinking maybe funding pips, FTMO, the funded trader, but I feel like if I start buying like your 100k accounts, 200k accounts, I would really want to do it with a trusted firm. So I think I'll go for FTMO. And I think for me, I really just want an FTMO certificate. I'll be honest, guys. Like, it's just that thing. I just want an FTMO certificate because funded next, I'm already piling these ones up, right? So the goal is full max allocation for funded next. And then we'll jump over to other firms as well and grow the account. I think next year, December, I would really like to have relatively about $1 million in prop firm capital, right, scaling wise, right? So that puts me at about 18 million rand in my currency, right? So I'll have about 18 million rand into to trade, right? But now, to end of this video, guys, what I want to say is for the guys watching this, regardless of whether you're in Nigeria, because I know a lot of you guys are from Rwanda, Nigeria, Mozambique, Namibia, you know, UK, US, like irregardless of the situation, guys, I'm just a normal guy, right, who dedicated my time and effort and patience into this skill, right? And even though I might not be a millionaire right now, right, but in paper I am, right? And I'm already moving that way. So even you watching this right now, understand, like, you won't get to these places or these results sitting and not putting in the work, right? Try to get people, if you're not becoming profitable alone, try and get someone who is at least at that point so you can catch up. It's that situation of, if you run with guys who are faster than you, you will eventually become as fast as them, right? They'll give you tips on how to run faster. They'll tell you what to do to get to their speed, right? And that's the same thing with me, guys. So if you're watching this video, right, and you're interested in joining the mentorship, guys, my Signals is going for $25, right? So you can just join the Signals group, chop it with me, and then the mentorship group is going for $60, guys. So make sure to hit me down in the line, and then if you're ready and set, we'll join, and then we'll work together so you can pass these prop firm accounts. And who knows, maybe you might be a millionaire next year if you join the Flair FX team, right? But thank you for watching to the video till the end, guys. I will catch you guys next week. I still got you guys on the vlogs. It's just a busy time, but nonetheless, catch you guys next week.